Off, but you gotta check out these Sam Hyde videos. And I was like, oh, next time we play, I'll tell you a thing or two. And we became like good online friends. We played like thousands of hours of Counter-Strike together. And now it's like that meme where it's like last online 12 years ago, like your best buddy, he's not online because he went on to do computer science at college. Anyway, 8 months ago, I got an email from his dad. Is this too loud? Okay. Anyway, 8 months ago, I got an email from his dad. I thought that was kind of weird that his dad's emailing me. His dad said, "Can I update you on Sergeant Bitcrush's life?" And I was like, I got an ominous feeling from this email, but I was like, sure, please go ahead. And Sergeant Bitcrush had bought a motorcycle, he bought a starter bike to emulate me. Because I buy motorcycles, I put them on Instagram, but I don't ride them. That's the one sort of caveat, because it's the most dangerous thing you can do. I don't ride these things. And he bought a KTM 300, which is a gay bike. All right, it's for Filipinos. This is you ever see video of somebody riding and they have a building materials, like a stack that's too high on the back of a tiny motorcycle, or like a barrel of fish guts strapped down, and they're weaving in and out of traffic, like almost hitting an elephant? That's in the Philippines. That's a KTM 300, okay? So he got to be like his badass hero. He got this little fruitcake motorcycle. And his starter mission, his tutorial mission, that he either passed or failed, depending on how you frame it, I guess, was getting rear-ended by an 18-wheeler at the back at a stoplight, dragged 150 feet. And it's a fail. It's actually an epic fail. Epic Games. He used the Epic Games launcher. Okay? Yeah. And I said a lot of shows people will be like, is he okay? And I'll be like, yeah man, he's totally great. He got right up and was like, yo, that almost hurt. No, he got cut in half. And everything from the bladder down is gone. And there's in-cab footage of the driver of this thing when he hits him, this big fat monster in the truck cab. It's like you couldn't fit more human goo in the cab of this truck if you had something of a pressurized human goo applicator. And he hits my best online friend that I've known for like 10 years, and he goes like this. I think I fucked up. And he did fuck up. He was on like meth or something. He'd been driving for 35 hours. He was on some stimulants, and he's in jail for like 12 years now. But my buddy gets cut in half, and there's like some nerve shit, and this part is funny, but just wait, because it gets even funnier. It gets better, bro, trust me. You're gonna be dying when you hear this next part. It's mad good. There's like nerve shit, that's the technical term for it, nerve shit. And to get the surgery to fix the nerve shit, the doctors have to wait a year for the rest of his body to heal enough so that he'll survive the surgery. So for 1 year, he's in the hospital. They don't turn the lights out. It's like lit with fluorescence 24/7. He can't sleep because he has phantom pains. It feels like he's being sawed in half, okay? Like all the time. And he has this like dab rig that looks like a military, like DARPA dab rig. Finally he got the surgery and he started making music again. His dad said, Sergeant Bitcrush, he's too ashamed to reach out to you because this is my fault. This is me being like cool guy on Instagram. My best online friend goes and almost gets killed because of something I did, and he's too ashamed to like reach out to me himself. But he made music. He sent me this music. And I'm thinking, oh shit, here we go again. I gotta listen to more garbage. More of this kid's garbage to find the 4 usable seconds. So his dad sends me these 18 tracks, and they are like divinely, it's the best music I've ever heard in my life. And it struck me that like my whole adult life, I've just been completely selfish, and Every day, even our bad days, I'm not going to say your worst day, but it is an absurdly improbable blessing. It's a gold microphone. It's an absurdly improbable blessing that we're able to be alive, and it's every day is a gift from a creator that loves you. And it is a Jewish creator. He wants you to hide the top of your head. That's very important. You can't show the top of your head to God. It's very bad. Take that off before something demonic happens. But I wanted to ask you guys, and this part is kind of funny, so if you laugh, that's fine, but when you get home, try to do it again for real and have some gratitude. Just everybody close your eyes for a second and imagine waking up and you're disabled, okay? Actually do this, please. Close your eyes, imagine waking up and you're disabled. Close your eyes, imagine waking up and you're disabled, okay? What would you do if you could take things back, if you could go back to before? Your body looks like my mom's body, dude. Close your eyes and imagine you weren't able-bodied, okay? So not like this big fat glob right here. Not like these big fats I keep seeing in the audience here. Not like these fucked up looking ugly people that are just, I'm standing right next to right now. Close your eyes and imagine fucking big fat monster right here. Close your eyes. I have a laser point. I'm going to test you guys out. Close your eyes and imagine me this. Let's try to be serious here. Stop fucking around. Stop fucking around. Stop! Close your eyes and imagine being disabled, okay, guys? What would you do differently? Think it through. You keep looking at me like I'm going to do something. What do you think I'm going to do? Close your fucking eyes, man. Close your eyes and imagine waking up and you're disabled, okay? This isn't romance time. Stop whatever that is. What are you, smelling your girl? Bro. Close your eyes. I'm jealous. Close your eyes and imagine waking up and you're disabled. Now imagine waking up and you're Indian. Suicide much? Yeah, I'm thinking bye-bye, thank you, come again, kill yourself. If I wake up and I'm Indian, my first move's towards the nearest window, I'm diving out head first, I want to break my neck on impact. Oh, what's that, sweetie baby? You think you could wake up and be Indian and it would be all cool? There's never been a hot Indian woman once. Game over, bitch! Kill yourself!
I'm only saying
Let me paint a picture for you, okay? You wake up. You stroll down to the bathroom. What's that smell? It's you! You're Indian, you stink! You go downstairs for your average, ordinary, right-wing, Aryan, Hyperborean, drag wife prepared breakfast of Apple Jacks and White Monster. You look down in the bowl. It's not Apple Jacks and White Monster. It's human shit! You look up to see if someone's playing a prank, you look back down, it's still human shit. It starts to taste good. No, it doesn't taste good. I won't tell anybody. It tastes delicious. This is the best human shit you've ever had. Hell yeah! You're wearing some faux leather jacket with a random ass racing stripe that you got from Temu. Some fake leather polyurethane. Dirty garment that fell off the truck in Pakistan. Fuck you! You fell asleep in a Bluetooth headset. There's a folding phone on your belt. A folding phone, nigga? Are you for real? It's 2025, dog. What the fuck is wrong with you? Doesn't stop there. You gotta catch the train to work. You're an average Joe. An Indian Joe, you gotta take the train. But on your train ride to work, you have to rape 3 to 5 women. It's right there in the pamphlet that all Indians get from the factory. You have to rape 3 to 5 women on your train ride to work, or you start to break down. Are you train. If they stop raping 50 women an hour, the train explodes. Starring that hot new Indian actor, Keanu Reeves. Did you guys know that Indians are actually made of boogers? There's a whole call center.
Hey, do you see the chick over there? Yeah, that's what it's doing.
I'll tell you guys a joke I got in trouble for. It wasn't that one. Indians love that. Indians are based. I don't think they know that I'm joking though. They're mostly like, yeah, dude, that sounds cool. That sounds badass, dude. That's a good day. I told if you watch a lot of stand-up comedy, it's a base joke that every comedian has a variation of. And the base joke is this. I don't drink the coffee unless the barista has colored hair. The idea is in the coffee shops, where they actually make good coffee, they only employ gay people. So if you see tattoos, piercings, a bunch of fucked up shit, you're not gonna get good coffee, okay? So my twist on it was, I don't drink the coffee unless the barista has recent top surgery scars. Because it tastes so much better when you know the person that made it's gonna kill themselves in a month and a half. It just has more gravity, it's more elevated. It's like 2 extra shots, no pun intended. This is good, you know? Now, guys, that's a joke, okay? I'm not a hateful person, I'm just up here trying to be funny. I don't actually think that. What do you think about? Some kind of monster? If a trans person made me coffee, I'd throw it in their face, that's disgusting. You freak! Where's your manager? I only drink coffee made by right-wing Aryan Chads. Black Rifle Coffee Company. My creamy, sugary morning beverage has operator in the title. Anyway, told this joke, and a trans person came up to me after the show to beef with me over the joke. And it was very strange because there was nothing outwardly weird about her appearance. She was very feminine looking, very normal, you know. Looked like this young lady, actually it looked exactly like this young lady right here. Very normal, obviously a woman, that's what I thought, you know. But I always do an Adam's apple check. I reach like I'm going for a hug, but then divert at the last minute. Let's test this out, you need to know, okay? And we had a weird conversation. We had a 35, 40-minute conversation. And it was trippy because she wasn't woke. She had nuanced political opinions. We were talking about Israel versus Palestine and Elon's takeover of X, and I'm just agreeing with everything, you know, that she's saying. I read more and more. I'm like, wow, this person was politically exactly aligned. And then I realized I was talking to an autistic man. Talking to me with hormone titties and a Hello Kitty backpack. Everything else is the same. And she was saying that the way to understand the difference between real women and trans women is just the word more, okay? So real women wear makeup, you know, wear makeup. Trans women wear more makeup. They gotta cover up, you know, they have more to cover, they wear more makeup, right? Real women do sports and CrossFit. Doing sports, maybe doing some CrossFit, getting fit, you know, getting fit for your man there, fit. Trans women, they do more, you know, they're amazing athletes, they're the best at it, they do more, they're like better at every sport, it's crazy how good they are, alright? Real women get sad, you know, you get PMS, you ruin your boyfriend's life for a weekend, your boyfriend want to kill himself, you know, just want to screw around here, he wants to kill you. He wants to kill you, he's laughing, he wants to kill you. Unless you're on birth control or something, you're just totally fucking up your body for no reason. He still wants to kill you. You know, trans women get more sad though. They get so sad they shoot up Christian daycares. That one's rough. Okay? They get so sad they spray paint AR-15s baby blue and pink and commit terrorism. That's too much. We don't like that. Anyway, we finally get to the point though. Her issue over this joke, her beef with me, she goes, hey man, why you gonna talk shit? Dude, it's like not cool, bro. Like, you're really like overstepping the line right now, it's not cool, bro. So I look up at him, he's a big dude, he's like 7'3". And I start to get intimidated for real, because this is the two things that intimidates us guys the most, right? A beautiful, sexy woman, right? And a guy with Jesse the Body Ventura's shoulders, face, and voice. Now, I don't know if this guy knows MMA or has a gun or what, but I'm starting to sweat. With the last 2 people left in this bar, he's pressing me over this joke. And I don't usually like to take back what I said, but my voice is getting more Jewish by the second. I'm like, it was Chris Lake's trying to kill him. Like, I don't even write this stuff. It's ChatGPT. I'm actually worried for my safety at this point. But thankfully, he's saved by the bell. His phone rings. Picks up. Yes, hello? My husband? Barack Obama? I'll be right there. Survived Big Mike, y'all. Survived my first Big Mike encounter. Unlike many White House personal chefs and trainers, you guys have street violence around here? Tiny little bit? They got guns and stuff? I don't know if you know that. People ask me sometimes, they're like, why Sam Hyde, what do you like? You're such a mystery online. What do you like in person? I watch World Star Hip Hop and USA Crime every waking moment that my phone is available to me. I watch it in bed until I physically can't hold the phone over my face anymore, and I drop the phone on my face. So I'm watching street violence videos, okay? I fall asleep to it. It's like ASMR to me. Something about the pitter-patter of black fists on an Asian man's head. This just relaxes me, soothing. It's like brown noise. I call it black noise.
You guys have anything else to do?
Thank you.
One more.
And
No problem.
if you haven't seen one of these videos, I'll describe what happens essentially. It's usually a little 80 or 90-year-old Chinese woman sitting on the train,
Coors Light,
minding her own business.
Give me a
She'll have white Velcro shoes on.
What? Can I get a dirty blonde?
She'll have her dinner on her lap, a single onion in a cellophane bag. She's got a COVID mask in 2025, as she should have. These people carry disease.
No good.
I'm just looking at this setup and I'm thinking, please somebody come beat this bitch's ass. Somebody better come beat this bitch's ass quick. Alright? Seldom am I disappointed because I'm on the other side of the screen. How do I describe this person's appearance to you in a politically correct way? How do I describe what they look like? Violent black! Little gentlemen, I don't call them violent blacks. She calls them violent blacks. Docs are getting fired from her job. I call them little gentlemen. A little gentleman will appear and scamper into view like so. His eyes twinkling with golden mischief. Oh boy, I wonder what he's gonna do next. What he does next is this. He approaches the 80 or 90-year-old Chinese woman and he goes for 7 minutes until she's either dead or in the hospital. Now here's what you need to know. These violent blacks, little gentlemen, they're from the future. They're known as Time Rangers. They're here because in an alternate future timeline, you Marvel fans are gonna love this one. The 80 and 90-year-old Chinese women do something so diabolical, so evil, that it threatens to tear apart our very space-time fabric and threaten humanity. They have to be stopped here and now by a coalition of our best blacks. Now, you may have been on the subway at some point, a bus, okay? And a black bastard does some breakdancing for you. He does a head spin, he does a windmill, he does something straight out of a middle school dance. And when you don't give him $50, he glares at you like this. I just broke these for you! Give me your wallet! Now here's what you need to know. In the future, the trains are powered by breakdancing. The Time Rangers are confused. They don't understand why the train car doesn't take off into the sky to carry them to their next mission waypoint of beating elderly Chinese people. The Iron Man exoskeletons that they wear you have to pay for it. Now, this is how George Floyd died. Do you think for 1 second that you can take out a 200 years in the future Cybertech Iron Man exoskeleton with a knee to the back of the neck? No! It was because this Tony Stark arc reactor was spaced out on the pavement and they couldn't put in more Skittles and Arizona iced tea to power the suit. Guys, next time you're mad at black people for being late, please remember that they crime traveled in from 200 years in the future to protect you. Okay? 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there. There's not laser accurate tech. Okay, guys? Any troops in here? Any veterans? They're a veteran? Is there a veteran? Fuck you! Okay? The Time Rangers are the real troops. Salute the Time Rangers, guys. Let me just use my spittoon. Okay. Wait, what? Now, before I used to work in comedy, before I used to work for this venue, $2,500 per weekend. So my debt is paid off. Or actually what we could do, if everybody in here bought GameStop, that would probably boost the price and get me into the black there. Before I used to work in comedy, I used to work in shipping, international logistics, these boats that take 3 months to go all the way around the world. And when you work in shipping, there's one word that means everything, guys. One word that means everything. Without which you are lost at sea, but with which the world is your oyster. Sea metaphors. I picked this up when I worked in shipping. That word is product, okay? You need a product that's stackable, dehydratable, resistant to heat, cold, doesn't need food, air, water, all right? If you break one, they're not fragile, but if you break one, it doesn't matter because they're cheap. That's why I used to ship Chinese people. Now, I would take 2,000 or 3,000 Chinese people and cram them into a shipping container, and I would compress it down and squeeze all the air out until there's no air left, and it's just human goo, basically, to create a goo crate, okay? Goo crate, that's why they're called gooks, right? Now, Sam, why are we bringing 200,000, 300,000 gooks into this country every day? Well, you may not know, this is how they restock Asian rub and tug massage parlors, right? After the urban myth is true, after every successful hand job, they take the lady out back and, humanely, kill her. They shoot her in the head, they drown her, they kill her. Who wants a hand job from a woman who's given them before? It's disgusting. That's literally disgusting. I don't agree with Andrew Tate on everything, but in this sense, he's absolutely correct. The ancient Chinese proverb, one hand job is the same as 1,000 bodies. Hold your women to this standard, guys. Trust me. All right? But I go through 3 or 4 Asian rub and tugs a day, so at this point, I've probably indirectly killed like 30,000 elderly Korean women. On my driver's license, I'm legally Mongolian, right? Now, on these ships, the guys that work these ships, they're blue collar, but they're not first world blue collar, they're third world blue collar, okay? These guys, you don't want them getting bored, because next thing you know, they're taking a bribe from Somali pirates, they're organizing a mutiny. There's not the hands you want idle. You want to keep these guys entertained. So thank God we have these gooks on board. You can pop a crate open, you can take out an elderly Chinese man, you can kill him, you throw him in the ocean, you can boil him. Why wouldn't you boil an elderly Chinese man? Why wouldn't you boil an elderly Chinese man? Just to see what would happen. It cost $1. Why wouldn't you boil a Chinese man? Uh-oh. That joke was weirdly specific. I hope Sam didn't figure out that I, out of everyone in the crowd, wish to boil a Chinese man. I hope no one finds out my true fantasy is to boil a Chinese man. This guy's a fucking weirdo, am I right? I can't understand that impulse at all. Now, listen, if you get, the world's a nasty place outside of these borders we have here, guys. If you get caught in mainland China, 200,000 gooks, the Chinese military is not going to look kindly upon that. If you get stopped in South or Central America by some cops looking for a bribe, if you get absconded by narcos in Mexico, what you need, more than paperwork, more than money, is you need one good foreign language joke, right? You really do need this. One good foreign language joke is gonna save your neck in a jam. So this joke right here saved me probably a dozen times when I was in China. It's in Mandarin Chinese, so if you know Mandarin, you're in for a treat. All right, it is kind of a red pill joke. The Chinese are based. If you're sort of left wing, just ride this one out, you'll be fine, okay? This is my Mandarin Chinese joke, all right? 是吗？我出口骗人家的，是怕妈我所有咱们中呀，妈我是否好手？你打我手了？是吗？你打我是吗？我不然你打我富有手不好，是我父母不然你打 steal 我父母好，Jew stingy Jew， Now I don't know what any of that means, okay? But it makes Chinese people really happy. Feel free to take that one, use it as your own. Impress the rich Chinese friends next time on the golf course, okay? Now, before I worked in shipping, stock trader, obviously. Before I did that, comedy, obviously. I used to be an inventor. I invented a machine that makes you taller using suction. I invented fuckable weed, the weed you can fuck. I invented injectable beer. I invented Samatam as a nootropic that makes you really good at trading stocks. I invented the rape gun, the gun that rapes people. I invented the skateboard. I invented retard porn. I invented midget F1. I invented teeth blackening strips. I invented ooey sueys. You remember everybody 10 years ago was like, oh, ooey sueys all the time on the internet, on the street, every ooey sueys. I invented ooey sueys. I invented Moby, not the music. When I heard him playing his music coming down the street, I said, that sounds like Moby. He said, yeah, you're right. I invented the fully automated fleshlight as well. Now that one, it's a little Roomba with a fleshlight attached. You sit down in your house, no matter where you sit, it comes and it sucks your dick. That was a good one. We made it all the way to Shark Tank season 3 finale with that, and I'll never forget, Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, he looks at me and goes, Sam, that's not a fully automated fleshlight. That's just a regular Chinese guy. In an upturned Rubbermaid trash can with wheels and LEDs glued to it. And correct me if I'm mistaken, but it looks like someone's been trying to boil the poor guy. Mr. O'Leary, I have no idea how that could have happened. If you guys, if you don't know how fleshlight, you use fleshlight every day? If you're a beginner, this is fleshlight 101. Okay, guys, let me be a tip here. 101. Write this down, okay? Fleshlight 101. You have to clean these things.
What?
Okay? It's not like a regular woman where you can just punch it in the ribs and throw it back into the bed. You have to maintain them. You know, you have to cherish them. You almost in a way to love them. Okay, you can't just disregard them entirely and just not give a fuck about it. You gotta maintain them, right? I had a roommate in college. He was Turkmenistani. Any Turkmenistanis in here? As a trick question, I would have smelled you and called the FBI. I know you're not Turkmenistani. Okay? And this kid had a fleshlight, and from the way he acted, how excited he got about it, you'd think that if you go to Turkmenistan and you have a fleshlight, as soon as you get off the plane, they meet you with a presidential motorcade and they carry you around town on like a golden chair or something. Oh my God, brother! Look, it is a portable machine. It is better than a movie, brother. I can take it with me. I can fuck in the car. I can fucking toilet. Look, brother, it is better. Like, something about the Arab mind just fundamentally doesn't understand the difference between a fleshlight and a woman. You know what I mean? It's the same. To them, it's the same. Which makes sense because if your fleshlight started talking and trying to drive, you would hit it. You know what I mean? Samir, where do you go? Oh, my fleshlight's trying to vote again. I gotta go beat its ass. But this kid had a fleshlight. We thought nothing of it. A month later, I go in my dorm room and I can smell from the hallway the ocean at high tide. It's the most powerful, worst smell I've ever smelled by far. Disgusting. It's everywhere in the room. Me and him were going around the room trying to figure out where it's coming from. Finally, we end up in his laundry, because at the bottom of the laundry, that's where he was hiding the fleshlight. And he pops it open and he goes, "Boom, I think you have to clean these." It had maggots in it. I looked down and I said, "Arshan, your lunch looks better than usual today." But then the horror of what I'm looking at sets in and 1,000 thoughts rush through my head. Do Middle Eastern people cum maggots? Do they keep your penis clean? Is it an evolutionary thing? Is this how Middle Eastern people are made? But of course, we all know how Middle Eastern people are made. They're made at the Wile E. Coyote bomb factory. By taking a gas station dick pill and putting it in hookah water, and they just grow. So this kid, he had literally created a cum-coon. Cum-coon it is. Not to be confused with a cum-coon, which is what I call a black prostitute. Now, I have a good sense of how audiences work. This guy right here is a racist piece of shit. He's been laughing only at the racist stuff. That last joke was intense. This fucking guy, man. That joke wasn't funny. I would never say that. That's not something I say. I don't call him cum-coon. Cum-coon, that's just what I call Bill Burr's wife. Don't worry. That's called having a comedy career for a long time. It's making your Bill Burr. Okay, anyway. Now, oh yeah, that one. Okay, we love you guys. You guys are the community. You guys kick ass. Thanks so much for being here. What you may not know is we also love the community. Okay. Now. I aspire to be like a Time Ranger myself. I'm no superhero. I know how you guys look at me like I'm a superhero, you know. You look at me like I'm some kind of god or something. I'm not though, I'm just a regular guy, okay? But I do have a superhero-like sense of danger. I call it my spidey sense. When I see skin that's 1 or 2 shades darker than mine, Greek, Italian, doesn't matter. My whole body goes on high alert. I'm like Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible. I just know where the exits are, okay? So I'll tell you a story. I managed to prevent street violence from going down. I was in a town fair tire, getting tires put in my truck, and a young boy walks in. Young boy, couldn't have been older than 32 or 33. He's got a full beard, a shiesty on. He's 6'3", 300 pounds. Little kid. And at first I thought he was there for his Altima, but his hands start moving around the hoodie pockets. Yeah? You know what that means, the hands moving around the hoodie pockets? No, okay. You think he's going for a gun, right? Because you're a racist piece of shit. You're a subhuman white supremacist scum. You think he's going for a gun? I thought he was going for his checkbook. Okay? But sure enough, he pulls a gun. Now, I'm watching this unfold, I'm thinking to myself, no, young brother. You ain't got to do this. You ain't got to go the same route that I went, shit. And I know that we can redeem this young man, I know we can save him. Because his eyes are like 2 pools of kindness, okay? 2 pools of kindness. And his voice is like a sonorous French horn of warmth and compassion when he says to the 60-year-old man behind the counter, "Give me that money, nigga! Give me all that money, nigga!" I spring into action. I'm over there in 5 steps. I put my finger on the barrel of the gun. It starts to lower. And then I lock eyes with him and I say, "Young blood, you need to get yourself an education. You and I need to come together and form a new foundation. I'm talking the future of this nation. Now, I ain't talking no PlayStation. I'm talking the cessation of violence. I'm talking your salvation. Because when you and I come together against adversity," and then I maced him. And he fell to the ground. around screaming. Now, I do social work with urban youth, so I knew exactly what to do in this situation. As he's falling, I kick him in the eye socket as hard as I can and try to kill him. Now, what happens next changes everything. For me, for this young man, and for this great nation. I reach down and I grab his hand. Not in no white man, not in no black man. Not in no white man, not in no black man. Not in no white man, helping a black man. But as a brother, helping a brother. And I give him a $45,000 donation for his first year at Yale University, where the 100% true story. It was in the news. You can read about it later. Just Google gay black porn.
I seen it. That's her.
What time is it right now? Good night,
29.
8:30? Is it 8:30?
8:29.
8:29?
1 minute.
I don't check my phone.
Okay.
Time. Tutting.
What?
Tutting. 1 minute tutting.
1 minute cutting?
Tutting.
Tutting? 1 minute tutting.
1 minute tutting, Sam.
I'm out of practice. Shut up. Alright,
Boo.
Hey, just ad lib.
last one. Shut the fuck up. Alright, last one.
See, you can't tut.
Now before I used to work in comedy and inventor and stock trader and shipping. I used to work at Hasbro in Providence, Rhode Island. And made board games for black people. We did Black Clue. It's called Out Know Probably All of them.
Black board games.
It was the same game, just nobody goes to the library. Cover was Tyler Perry in a do-rag going like this. We did Black Candyland, it was called Dinner. It's called Supper. To even out the racism, we did White Clues called Ku Klux Klan. It's the same game, just every character's a federal informant.
That sounds about
And then my magnum opus project, the one that I really put my heart and soul into, was the Game of Life for Black People. The Game of Life for Black People, guys. And I wanted it to be authentic to the urban hip hop experience that I grew up inculcated in. And every square was supposed to be fun. So, for example, square one, cookout. There's a cookout. That's something that made me a little upset. I saw a fat bitch with no way. How you gonna have a
That should be a good thing.
I said, I wanna boil that bitch's ass and shit. All that meat on the bone for nothing. That made me disgusting. You ain't got no head. Cook out, pull up, fix yourself a plate, young man. Cause you know grandmama seasoned them yams right with the Hawaiian punch powder and the rolls up. Get you some humble, put in Skittles with the gravy. Boy, you ever had gravy? Y'all had gravy? Y'all had gravy? I know y'all ain't had gravy because that's something I made up to fuck with your crack ass. Y'all think niggas be eating gravy? Are you out your motherfucking mind, dog? Nigga, you better know niggas don't eat gravy. That's disgusting. Then the problem with y'all cracking ass is y'all don't season your food. That's the problem with y'all crackers. Y'all don't season your food. That's the problem with y'all crackers. Y'all don't be cooking with spiders and worms. You don't be cooking with spiders and worms. That's the problem with y'all cracking heads. That's why nobody eats your shit. You don't even know what cookies with spiders and worms in your food. I put them to the cookout and they say, Big Sam, you play too much. Big Sam, you play too much. And by play too much, they mean casual normalized domestic violence is actually a problem in the community. But that's a story for a different day. So square one, the print was really small. Square five, oh my God, square five. Square five. Get you a bad bird. Get you a bad bird right now. Oh, you gotta have one of that bad bitch, boy, you bad. Not so fat over no ass, no booty, but a bad bitch. Take that home to the Cheesecake Factory, buy that bitch some popcorn, shrimp, and raspberry lemonade. Ooh, you won't buy that bitch some popcorn, shrimp, and raspberry lemonade, cause you know if you buy that bitch, you know if you buy that bitch popcorn, shrimp, and raspberry lemonade, she is legally obligated to give you some cut up. It's the law. Sure. If you buy that bitch popcorn, shrimp, and raspberry, this bitch right here, you buy her some popcorn, shrimp, and raspberry lemonade, she don't give you no cut up. You are legally allowed to hit that hook in the back of the head with a hammer, dog. Now I'm fucking the bitch. Now I'm fucking the bitch, and I know the dick good, but she farting and shitting all over my Stacey Adams. Bitch, how you so to fuck with some other niggas brain already beside you, hoe? You was scandalous ass, scheming low down, good for nothing, tootie fruity, two face down, loaded in dirt, dog, bitch, nasty hoe. But I still love you, I still love you. How could you do that to me, hoe? How could you do that to me, bitch? Just square five.
Get that out!
All right. I gotta wrap it up. We gotta go by 8:35. A little last joke. Love you guys so much. If you want to get a handshake and a picture, come back after the second show. We'll be outside. We'll get everybody okay. All right, last joke. We're not racist. Okay? We're not. It makes me feel good that we're not. But back in the day, they were super racist. So what's confusing me is the idea of the first black cop. Now, I'm happy we did this, but back then they were hella racist. So how did this even happen? It doesn't make sense. It's confusing, right? It must have been even more confusing for the first black cop himself. He's got to be sitting there in the squad car, surrounded by all these crazy-ass white people, you know? He's got to be thinking something like, so what you mean I steal? And they're like, no. This job is the opposite. Do not steal, bro. Here's your gun. I got a gun too! Now, I was thinking about this. What's even more confusing, if you know anything about the history of rocketry, Operation Paperclip, after we won World War II, we brought over all the Nazi scientists to run our space program. So for the 50s, 60s, and 70s, NASA is just a big Nazi rally, all these Nazis, white supremacist Nazis. And NASA doesn't make sense that they would make the first black astronaut. I'm glad again that we did it, you know, because we're not racist, but it's confusing. Back in the day, they were hella racist. It must have been even more confusing for the first black astronaut himself, you know. He's got to be up there on the space station, looking down at all these crazy-ass white people on Earth, you know.
Earth.
He's got to be thinking something like, so what you mean I can steal? And they're like, no, this is a space station. Everything up there is needed for your survival. Do not steal, okay? Don't get a gun too! And they're like, no, this is gonna sound weird, but we need you to travel back in time. And beat the shit out of old Asian women on public transit to save humanity. And invent peanut butter. All right, you guys were great. Thank you guys so much. Charles Carroll, Nick Brunswick, Alex Jones, Chris Leach. Thank y'all. God bless.
I wish they did the fucking